Hi everyone, it's Vicky from the Mommy Chronicles, and I'm sitting here in the 2017 Toyota Land Cruiser, and you can see it has a really beautiful leather interior, and it's quite comfortable. I mean, there's a roomy second row with bench seating, and there's a very legit third row back there, as well as some storage. Now, I've had this car for a few weeks, a little longer than the typical loan. And I've noticed a lot of things as we've driven. We took a lot of summer trips. We saw the eclipse in South Carolina. We went to the beach in Delaware. We were everywhere, and it was super fun and very comfortable. My kids lovingly referred to it as the big box when time on the road was getting long and rough. But as a whole, we were really comfortable in this car. It was extremely helpful when we were driving in some very bad weather conditions with intense rain and very little visibility. There are a lot of features in the car that help you stay in your lane. There's a lot of letting you know, like you feel like you're really connected to the road and you have a lot of confidence in the vehicle while you're driving it. But aside from that, there are some really great features, and there are some cons about this car that I wanted to point out. Now, one of the first things I think is very obvious. When all the headrests are up, it's kind of hard to see out the back. That was a big issue. We took down all the third row headrests except for one while we were traveling. We also did the 60-40 split so that we could fit more cargo because beach trips as a family of 5, it's a lot of stuff. Additionally, we found that there really wasn't a great place for the phone or any of your stuff really while you're driving. And when there's multiple passengers in the car, you definitely need a little bit more space. And I'll show you what I'm talking about a little bit further on in the video. So let's get started with that. Okay, so if we're looking at the inside, and as a driver on the Toyota Land Cruiser, one of the things I absolutely adored was the ability to set your seat for the driver for up to 3 people. Now, typically I see a lot of 2s, but not 3, and that's really welcoming, as well as the really nice trim inside here. And you have a little cup holder and stuff like that, and then you can also adjust the seat accordingly, but it's just really nice to get in the car as the driver and set your seat. And there you go. An odd thing that we found was that the gas is located here. It's not really visible, and it was a little bit confusing in the beginning until we really figured out where it was. The cup holders were fine. They are adjustable. You have all the necessary, like, heated seats and heated steering wheel. And this is interesting too. If you can kind of get in there, you can see there's an outlet right here, and you can put your phone here and it will charge. The issue we had, there's no lip right here. There's nothing. So your phone, if it's not tethered to the outlet via a plug, it actually ends up flying off into the seat back here over in the front. And that was not cool with us. So Toyota, could you put like a little lip there? That would be super helpful. Thanks. Now, let's look at the second row. Look at all that room. I mean, and here, this is a fully loaded Land Cruiser, so you've got TVs here which are nicely covered when you're not using them. And there are 4 wireless headphones. You can control the temperature back here. You can plug things in. There's an HDMI cable spot. And also, the seats were pretty easy to move around, and then you can pull this down for like more rest and stuff like that. And here's the remote for the DVD player. We fully use that DVD player to every extent while we were traveling all that time. Now, another feature on the car I liked, it does not have an automatic lift gate, which I really wasn't in love with. But I liked that you could open this very openly. Like, that doesn't really make much sense, but you really could get in there 2 ways. Like when I was loading and unloading groceries, I wouldn't open the bottom piece first. I would just kind of leave it up and open just the top half. And it was really nice to be able to do that. Additionally, the seats, there are directions for putting them down, which is great for your first timers. but you just pull this lever right here and then pull this one and everything just kind of moves. And the headrests are actually pretty easy to do. I'm not going to demonstrate it right now, but I was impressed with how easy it was to put everything up and down. Now this is what I was talking about. There's the fold seat space right there for you to see. So we've had a good overview of the inside and the outside of the car now, and I have to say the V8 engine in this thing really makes it go, but there's not a lot of loud tire noise or whooshing noise when you're driving the car. The cabin is pretty quiet. The braking's a little rough. You're not jerking forward, but you kind of have to anticipate they're going to brake, otherwise you will get that little jarring sensation that I don't love so much, and maybe that's just me. What I have to say is that when people saw this car, they really liked it. They thought the interior of it was beautiful, and they were just really surprised at like the sticker price on it, which is $84,000 for a fully loaded. It's the MSRP on this Land Cruiser. Is it worth it? I don't know. It's such a personal choice. I mean, yes, you can get a Navigator for that price. Is that comparable to the kind of ride you're going to get in here? No, you're not going to take that Navigator and go off-road. The Land Cruiser, you can handle all sorts of stuff and really get out there. That's what this car is made for. There's a lot going on inside and underneath this car that brings up that price tag, and that's what I think people are not quite understanding. They're not understanding the history of Land Cruiser and what these cars are designed for and have been historically. And that's where the longer you drive it, the more you fall in love with this car. And the harder it is for us to give back this week. We've really enjoyed our time with it. I wish that Toyota made an extended version of length of this car, because this SUV would be something that our family would really enjoy driving. It's just, with 5 of us, with sports, it can't be our next family vehicle, because I just constantly be having to put things on the roof rack, and I don't enjoy doing that. So we need a little bit more in the back to kind of get us where we need to be as a family when we're traveling and when we're going through our weekend sports activities and piling friends in the car for all of our kids, because there's 3 of them, you know. But other than that, the minute I got in this car, I felt comfortable with it and driving it, and extremely confident. I mean, you're going across the Bay Bridge and it is sheets of rain coming down and it's frightening, and you're like, if I had a rosary, I probably would have been praying with it and threading it through my fingers. But this car, the Land Cruiser, just handled it. And like, you continuously felt like you were not going to get swayed by the wind. You had the bulk and the heft. You were going to be connected to the road and stay on it at all times. It was steady. And that's invaluable. So maybe it is worth the $84,000. Maybe you don't need it fully loaded. But Toyota has something really special here in the Land Cruiser. And there's a reason why I have loved this car since the mid-90s. I mean, it just feels good. It drives well. Check it out. Till next time.